Hey there, lads and lasses. This, of course, is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. Here on a Wednesday afternoon. It is a little bit past 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that can only mean some Generations Minecraft server. In fact, some Baby Zombie Rush beta world today. Usually I stream from noon to 2. Today, obviously a bit later. Had some yard work to do. My back is destroyed. I'm all sunburned. I'm getting a little too old to do that kind of stuff. But my older son Biggie is home from university. He's on break, so he was able to help. And that's super cool. There we go. Okay, I'm just getting some of the stream settings here. Maybe like that. Oh, I guess they don't let me move those around. Okay, that's gonna have to do. I'll mess around with this. So Twitch, usually I run the stream from 2 different places. I run it on OBS Studio, but I also run it, some of the functions on the Twitch Stream Manager. And so I have that on the other display. Twitch went and rearranged everything. You know, there's features you can have like ad breaks, for example. And looks like I jumped in a little bit too early. Looks like the ad break is still running for about 40 more seconds. Hawk. Yeah, so I'm a little messed up. Yeah, it looks like they added a whole bunch of features and they knocked out a couple of the features that I had set up. Really, you guys? Ugh. Anyways, it's no big deal. We can deal with it. So today on Generations, yes, I said Baby Zombie Rush. That's going to be challenging today. I really don't have a lot of brain cells left. There's Boakars. Don't worry, I got turbo. Okay. Preparing 3-minute ad break. What is going on? So at least I can hear you. What is it doing? Wow, the whole ad break thing is completely messed up now. It looks like there's a pre-roll for the ads. It's preparing another ad in 3 minutes? 4 minutes? No. Just run 3 minutes of ads at the beginning and that's it, and then you're done. Unless they changed it. Anyways, welcome on in, Boakars. My fellow technical Minecrafter. So you all should be able to see up there in the chat the shout out for Boakars. Please go check him out. He's pretty slick, I gotta say. Not too shabby a streamer either. Three-minute ads per hour is easiest setting. I had it all set up and then it went and changed itself. Not cool. Anyways, all right, let's jump into the stream and see if it can function or not. Hopefully. And let me switch over to the display scene, right over to here. There we go. Let's jump on into Generations. There we go. And let's log on here. Okay. I think I know from whence I left off here. We'll return to that scene in just a moment. Let's fumble through the dark because there's something there I want to show you guys. Guys. Something there I want to show you all. Okay, here we go. The maze is definitely doing its thing well. It's hard to get your way through here, but not impossible. All right, let's just do this momentarily so we can speed things up. Oh, no, not adventure mode. Creative. Spectator. Come on, brain, please. Please. Right there. All right, that's what I'm trying to do. All right, let's get over here to the beginning. All right, and let's go back into creative right there. There we go. All right, so I usually start the stream by reviewing the leaderboard here. It's not a leaderboard, it's a progress board, right? And so we came over here, we built our entrance for the Baby Zombie Rush game. We built, tricked it all out and stuff. Really, really cool. And then secret door number 1. So in the maze somewhere, when you come upon a dead end, there's a button, and if you decide to push the button, take the chance to push a button, secret door opens up. It brings you, grants you access into a different part of the maze through the wall. It remains open long enough, so if there are any baby zombies pursuing you, they will also come through. So beneficial, detrimental, kind of benign, right? Arrow dispensing. Again, contestant comes into a dead end, takes a chance, presses the button, panel opens up, and arrows are dispensed. Detrimental, so they're arrows of harm, detrimental to the contestant, but of course, they heal the baby zombies, right? So, indeed. And then, of course, here's the opposite, arrow dispensing, same thing, except it dispenses arrows of healing, which is, of course, beneficial to the player, quite detrimental to the baby zombies, right? Baby zombie spawner at the entrance. So at the beginning of the game, we need to have some baby zombies in place to pursue the player into the maze. So we use some command blocks and made spawners on each side. And so you know how that works. Dead end baby zombie spawner. So the player comes to a dead end. They take a chance. They press the button. Panel opens up and out pours bloodthirsty baby zombies. That would be detrimental, I would think, yeah. TNT drop trap. Again, player comes to a dead end, presses the button, takes the chance. Floor opens up. They fall into a TNT drop. TNT is dispensed. They get blown to Kingdom Come, and so much for that. And similar thing over here, except it's they drop into lava, right? And right now we made significant progress onto our drop feature, which is a tunnel. And you just saw part of it. And this has turned out to be quite an extensive thing. Let's do this. Here we are. Right, press this button. Door should open up. Close above us. Player is now literally in the dark. There's Lone Star. You can all see the auto shout out up there for the mighty, the one and only Lone Star, fellow buffoon. And so the player stumbles through the dark of the tunnel here. Now the tunnel, now the player may be pursued by baby zombies, so this is going to be a little challenging. But should the player be able to make it to this point, we have a feature over here, which we installed. The player has the option of getting into here and closing that for safety. And down in the depths is the one and only Suspicious Stews. Suspicious Stews. So I decided, so in the Generation 5 survival world on the Mushroom Island Central, the northwest portion of the island is reserved for all kinds of crazy and very silly shops and very silly characters, which I have not yet begun. But I have started to write out a kind of lore with these shops and characters and whatnot. And one of the ones I've been sitting on for a long time is this dude right over here. Suspicious Stew. That's his name. Stuart! And what does he sell? Suspicious Stews, right? And so I decided to debut him here in the Baby Zombie Rush game. And so he's sequestered down here into this maze in the most ridiculous place. And so the player can then come along and then try their luck with the suspicious stews. Now, again, this idea of the player trying suspicious stews here was, I'm thinking it was probably Sage. Sage has agreed it's probably him. Although we can't, we'll have to check the VODs. But he got me into the idea of some sort of dispenser and the player trying their luck with the suspicious stews. And then I thought, okay, well, what kind of feature are we going to have for this? And of course, it's got to be suspicious stew, right? And his stand down here, right? And so I've made this little place for him down here. And you can see he's having himself a grand old time back here. All right, so the player can duck into here if they would like to. This is just bowls and glass bottles, things he needs to brew the stews. We need to put the mushroom cow back here too. That we're gonna have to put back here. The bushi, right? But anyways, here's where the players can choose a suspicious stew if they would like, right? Try their luck at it. What I'm probably going to do is make a randomizer here. I'm not going to do it for this stream, but I'll make a randomizer here, and so the player it'll be like a vending machine where the player will press a button and it'll dispense a stew at random, and then the player will consume said stew and see what happens, right? And then if they try to press it again, it's disengaged and it doesn't work. So they have one stew to choose from. So this is temporary. I need to... I'm thinking of setting up that kind of dispenser there. Right? So we'll do that. So the player gets their stew, and then they move on through the maze. Which is definitely doing its job at being difficult to see. Here we are. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the right portion. Okay, this will be blocked up. He looks sus. 100%. So, yeah, I got to block that up. I think that's temporarily open just so I can do maintenance and design work. So the player comes up through here. They get a couple of shots at getting up out of the maze. Oh, wow. Huh? Uh-oh. And now I can't get up through. Okay. So I think I'm going to have to add in 2 more dispensers in there just to get that player launched right up and out of there. But what's supposed to happen? Here we go. Is the player is supposed to be launched up through the floor like this. They land somewhere around here. And then this closes up behind them. Of course, this will not be open. And then they proceed onward through the maze. So that's... We've been working on this for quite a while. This is proved to be pretty challenging. Pretty challenging. Here we go. Let's get the old night vision going here. Yeah, we can see a little better now. One of the things that happens is when the player gets shot up through, I do not want the player to be shot up so high that there's a chance of them landing on top of the walls here. So what I plan on doing is making a making some sort of system that puts some sort of canopy over them so they strike this and they land back down, right? And so we'll be doing that kind of a thing, right? And that's what I planned on doing on today's stream, but we'll see how far along we get. So we need a double piston extender kind of thing. There we go. Double piston extender kind of thing going on here. And I was thinking on either having them 2 here and 2 here to build this kind of canopy right in here. So when the trapdoor is open, this will move into place, right? The player gets up and out of here, and then when the trapdoor is closed, these will retract, right? That's the idea. But then you can see the levers will not be there, and none of that stuff will be there, right? But from here, there'll be no indication, right? So if the player's through the maze again and somehow they wind up back here again, there's no indication that anything is here, right? So that's on what I was going to be working today. But I think I really have to get down here and include 2 more of these and test this out just to make sure that they're properly launched up and out of here. And I think I can access that from down here. Right, like this. Dope. Yes. I'm thinking something like that. And let me see, how did I do this? Yeah, these should be facing down, reading these observers. Like that. Right? Yes. All right, so when they step on the pressure plates, these sense the block change. These sense this block change. They send up a pulse out to here, and then these dispensers will dispense the wind charges, and they will then launch the player upward. And I was debating whether 6 of these are too much. And it's like, I keep going back and forth as to how many of these I should have installed. But it looks like I'm back to installing 6 of them. There we go. There we go. Whoa, see how high that brings them up? So that's why I need the shield up into there, right? But you know what though? I'm wondering if I should do something like this instead. There we go. Something like this, so they're opposite. 8 of these is just insanely too much. But we can try different configurations of this. Like, for example, we could still go with 4. And do something like... skip this, skip that. We could do something like that. Because I think we're just missing some 4. Yeah, so let's try to do that. I'm thinking just the... Maybe we can do 4, but it's set this way. Oh, you know what's happening, though? That's what's happening. I get it. We need to rebuild this circuit because if the player lands on one of these, all 4 of them are not firing. And I think that's what's happening. So let's go topside. And let's just, before we switch too many things around there, let's just go topside and just puzzle this out quickly. Now, I believe we did something like that over here. And I was trying to test and see if all 4 of these activated. Let's do this clamp. Right there. We'll do this. It looks like if I step on one of them. Yeah, see? We need all of these to light. And if I get rid of those 2, see, we only get half of it. And that's a big problem. So any one of these, stepping on any one of these needs to activate all of them. So if I'm doing that, I think just these 4 charges, these 4 dispensers arranged like this will be enough. If not, though, yeah, see, this is how I was trying to get around this. I was trying to get around this like this. So if you step on this, it lights this, but these see it, but that's not happening. So what we can do, let's try this. I think the easiest way to do something like this would probably be just to do like that. I mean, it's a little clunky doing redstone like that, but I think it works. All 4 of them fire, right? And let me just take a quick look at this. I think this is the best. I mean, sometimes simpler is better, right? I like this. And it's still pretty compact, right? So let's try this, and then if we need to add more or we can put 4 in a different configuration, it's very easy to modify. All right, so let's try this. There we go. Give you all a little bit of light in there. All right, let's start out with the regular configuration. All right, this is what we had before. All right, we were doing something like that. Close enough. Like that. And we'll do some redstone. Like that. And I think this is more of what I'm looking for here. Don't you agree? Let's try that. That should do it. Exit's over here. Here we go. Hang on. I know I'm panning around in a motion sickness inducing kind of way, but there we go. I suppose I should see if those dispensers are stocked up too. Let's do that. Let's reload. There we go. Let's load all of these. Yeah, see? Okay, we should be all set. I'm gonna purge that. Restore my night vision. There we go. Let's get out of here. And again, sorry for the motion sickness here. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. And actually, we will do that. We'll get into actually, yeah. Okay, survival like this. We'll drink our milk. Good. Darkness. All right, let's try this. That's pretty good. Now the timer should go off, and this should close up behind. Good. Those will retract, and then we'll be in good shape. I think I need that to be just a bit more reliable, though. So I'll tell you what. Let's try a different configuration. Oh, you know what? Let's do this too. There we go. Take care of this problem. Okay. All right. Let's try this kind of a configuration. Good. Let's try something like that. And. Now I'm not going to use all 8 of these, but I'm going to leave them in place until we decide on what kind of configuration is going to be the best. I'm thinking this is going to do all right. Two, three, go up. Okay, we should be good. Let's take another spin. Let's see. Actually, what I want to do instead. Do that first, make sure we're at full health, and then creative, let's drink the milk now so the milk doesn't empty. There we go. Now we'll go into survival. There we go. We're on to here, we do this, that opens above them. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so so let's try 6 and then 8. 6 is going to be a little weird. There we go. All right, we'll knock away those. I think the forward and backward ones are the more important ones, and the side ones are not so important. So just top these off. Good. We're good. Okay, I think we're good to go here. Let's try this. Long-awaited debut of Suspicious Stew. Let's drink that. And then let's do this. Let's try it again. I like that. That seems to be very, very good. Of course, I've said this plenty of times before, too, and it hasn't been. So I wonder if I should just do all 8 of these. But all 8 just launches you so high into the sky. We could try a different configuration with 6 too. But I can't really see it because I have the forward and backward ones in place, and that was my main concern. That's what I'm looking for. See, I have actually up here. I have 2 in the front and 2 in the back, but I only have 2 on either side. But if I put 8 in there, it's so overpowered. Come on, hands, please. All right. Yeah, see, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was the one I just placed. Thunder. All right, let's try that. And then we're going to need a few extras right here. Good, good. All right. Well, let's try that. Let's see how that works out. Okay, drink milk first. Done. And then let's see, go into survival. And we'll down the path. This here. Player falls into the hole. That's good. Like, I didn't even press the space bar on that one. That's how good that was. Good. I have to make absolutely certain that I do not reflexively press the space button because I know what's going to happen ahead of time. Yeah, see, sometimes it gets you just right and it launches you so high up, right? And that being the case, that's what this will be for. You'll launch up, you'll hit that, and it should deflect you off. Let's try it. Yeah. Okay, and this time I got to make sure I don't press W. And we might shorten this time. If we get this to do that perfectly every time, and it's, well, if it's consistent enough, we may reduce the time for the reset. players in here like this. They come on over to here. They go like this. They fall into here. Yeah, there is a chance that that can happen, but then they'll know to press W to go forward. That should close up behind them at about that rate. Yeah, but the way that we made the clock for this, we can adjust that. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm satisfied with that for the moment. For the moment. Now, for these, we can make a double piston extender. Oh, what am I trying to do here? Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay. So what I'm thinking of here, can this reach? Yeah, this might not be able to reach from there. So I'm going to have to do both piston extenders from this side. I was thinking I could make 2 piston extenders here, bring 2 blocks out into this position, and then just a block from either side, but it's not in the right position. All right, let's see if we can get this to work. And again, you know, I would like to do something like put honey blocks here or something like that. I think that would be a little bit better on the player, but at the same time, then you would know something's up here, right? So there is that. All right, so it looks like we're going to need some double piston extenders. I have to remember how to do this. Yeah, part of the problem with this. Well, I think I can build the thing all on the same level if I do if I do this right. Yeah, let's get this. Let's get a couple of repeaters. I mean, it's been a while since I built one of these. All right, we'll do this one, and we'll do this one. And then I'm thinking... something like... let me think. All right, Sai, what are you showing me here, buddy? Yeah, maybe the timing would be better like that. Well, we'll try it out. We'll fumble around with this. Dust. And I'm thinking just one of these would be enough. Something like that might work. All right, there is that. There is that issue. But I think I know what to do about that. This one is just going to have to climb up. The reason why... Okay. Repeat it. Repeat it. Like that. I'm thinking, right? We do this like this, this like this. All right. Now, you know, normally in this kind of configuration, you would do something like that. Right, but then we'd be able to see it from down here, right? And so these two here, I think we'd have to do something like that. It should still work. Okay, that works for those. And then I guess we're just going to have to mirror it on the other side. I need a piece of dust right here. Okay, and then we'd wind up building the same thing over there. Power source won't be here, of course. Power source would probably... Well, I don't know. I'm thinking it would come up through the middle and then distribute to each side. Now, the player isn't necessarily going to see this. So it doesn't matter. There's going to be a slight delay between these two pistons and these two pistons, but I don't think it's a big deal. Let's just go ahead and build out the other side. I mean, it's definitely going to work. It's just a matter of how well. That much, that one by that much. And then I don't think you'll be able to see the redstone from down here. Nope. Even jumping. Okay, this is good. So again, the whole idea behind this is that if you come across here again, there can't be any indication of any of this stuff, right? Okay, and then, well, let's do this first. Like this, because I need this to trigger before those trigger, right? So and level. This should work. Should being the key word. Oh, wait. I didn't path this around to these. So you know what we could do? That would feed that one. And that would feed that one like that. I think that's what I'm doing, right? Something like this. Thunder. Oh, this is way too long. I need a repeater in there. Let's see. Well, I guess it would be best just to. Well, I'd be able to see that, right? So. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。It's under 15. I think we'll be okay right there. Remember, I have to place these in such a place where they're not able to be seen. That might be enough. There we go. Okay. And we should not be able to see these from down below. And again, even if we're jumping or if we're far enough back. Oh, you can just barely see that repeater up there. Ugh. Is that enough? That'll do it. Okay, let's do that instead. Got it. Okay. And again, if I'm way back here, I shouldn't see that. Okay. What if I'm way over here? No. Way back here. Nope. I think we're good. That went together a little quicker than I thought. Okay, so now the thing is, we have to hook up the power source here. And so, which shouldn't be that bad. This reaches up, retracts those, grabs these over. So we're going to need something here. We're almost ready to take our break. We're going to need something right about here. And I'm going to put something here and here. So I think we're going to come right up through here with something or other. Now, the other cool thing is we have power distributed to both sides. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. So here we can have one side of the rig power these two and the other side of the rig power those two. We don't necessarily have to come up through the middle, which is a good thing. And if that's the case, we may have the power just come right up through here or here. And we can forget about all of that stuff there. Yeah. Maybe we can just have one side of this, have the power come through here and the other through here. Maybe we can do that. All right. It is close enough to ad time. I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads. Hopefully it goes okay. And I'll be right back. Hey there, welcome back. Usually for the second half of the stream I go into standing mode, but I've been doing a lot of yard work, and I'm a little too old to do that, and my back is completely blown out. So I'm going to remain seated for a little while. I took my Motrin, it's kicked in, so the pain isn't quite so great, but yeah, I need to take some strain off the lower back for a little while. All right, so we need some way to bring power up through here. And yeah, I'm thinking we bring it up here on both sides. We're going to probably have it come right up through there. And it's good. It looks like that powered rail is lined up directly on it. Right here. These are the return rails, though, to close it. So maybe not. Maybe I can't use those ones directly, but maybe I can pull something right off of... Maybe I can pull something like an observer right off of this. So here's what I'm thinking. Usually this engages first. So the player comes through, they drop out, they cross the pressure plate. These will engage first, so this will reach up and grab the block. And then these will engage secondarily to grab these are slabs, really, to grab the slab in the piston and drag it over. And then after the timer goes off, that engages first, sends these back over, the slab and the piston back over, and then this engages secondarily, and this drops the slab back off in its original spot. So I think just so long as this, either one of these is red, that should be fine. Red as in R-E-A-D, red. So I'm thinking, like, I can observe either this observer, I can observe the piston. The piston stays in place, so that might be the better choice. And then we have our different ways, our different methods, and it's usually the water method with the dispenser to bring a signal up through here. But I also have a piston method of doing that, where the piston reaches up, it grabs the slab and puts it down and pulls it down, and then an observer sees that. So we do have that kind of thing too. This just pushes this forward. Yeah, and then just sends the pulse over here and sends it back. trying to think how I want to go about doing this. So here's a similar kind of thing, right? Except this pulse is going downward. Piston is above this. It activates it and pulls it down. All right, this is going to be a little trickier. Now we got to send the pulse up. I could do something like that. That would be like this. So it would be covered up. You wouldn't be able to see it. And then from down below here, we could have like into this spot, maybe. No. What I want to have, that's what I want. Depends on how well we can see down here. Let me see, this will dispense the water into this place, into this block space. I think these will keep it in place from flowing. It'll just dispense it that way. That's the water method. The other thing is you could just use a piston, but you have to be careful because you can see some of this. From down below, like I think I can see that dispense. Yeah, that's a little too obvious there. What? Yeah. Okay. Here's what we can do. This should move this up into that block space. And this should read that move. Okay, yeah. Read that moving. Okay. That should read that block update. So this will pop up momentarily and come back down. There we go. Okay, that should work. Oh, let's just open this channel right up through the top. Yeah, it already is. Now, how to feed this? We could feed this off of a rail here. For example, or hold on a tick. That should be okay. This one hits first and then it hits second, right? place. Taken back. You know what? We could do something like this maybe. We could take an observer off the back like that. No. Please just do the thing. I'm thinking something like that. Sends the pulse upward, and then I'm maybe a redstone block. We'll do the real foolish sage kind of thing with a redstone block. We'll have it drop the redstone block off right into this position. Would be the first fire, and then it pulls it back down would be the second one. We might be able to get away with that. Depends. Okay, it shouldn't power that. That's good. But when it moves up to here, it should power that. And then when it reaches up and pulls it back down, we should be all set. So that should work. Should. That should work. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and show a little bit of confidence here and just remove this stuff. I think we're good here. Yeah, I think we're good here. So we'll get one side working first, and then we'll just copy it over to the other side. The power of symmetry, people. The power of symmetry. So when we engage the system, we should see these blocks move into place. And then when we disengage, we should see it move back. We should send a blip, a pulse through there. Pulse through here. Right, and let's stay in creative mode for this part. Let's do this. Looks like it's engaged. All right, and let's see what happens now. If it pulls it back down, it should. After the timer goes off. Oh, see? This closed and didn't pull that back down. So what's happening? Are we getting a quasi-connectivity thing there? I think we are. All right, so what we could do... This is going to cause some problems, though. Dang, that looked like it was such an elegant solution. I think when this is charged, it's powering the block underneath it. I think some glass might help us out with that. Hold on. But I think we're just going to run into quasi-connectivity. Hey, what happened to my glass? Hands, please. Please. No, well, it doesn't matter, I suppose, but still. I'm thinking it should retract after. Excuse me. All right, let's do this. Now, when that closes, these should retract. Excuse me. And it doesn't. Okay, so it's not, I don't think it's those blocks. Unless it's a quasi-connectivity thing with this. I mean, because I'm trying to think of pushing redstone up, right? Excuse me. Stuck in my throat here. Let me get a drink. That's a bit better. All right, let's get some observer action going here. I gotta remember redstone here. Yeah, okay, so that's what's happening. I forgot about this phenomena. That sucks. But I think I know what to do. I think I know what to do. I think I know what to do, folks. Let me see. I want this to fire first, that to fire second, and that to fire third. So I could... either bring the piston in from over here and do something like that with the block. Push the block into place and then bring it back. I could do that. The block, I need to use the block because I need this to be powered and stay open. Otherwise, I just use an observer, right? So we could move this apparatus over to here. We'd need one more observer to bring it up to that level, but I think we'd be all right. And well, no, not really. I think something like this would be best. We could bring everything down through here. And then we could set this. We could set this up over here somehow. Right? And All right, observer, like that. Just set an observer chain like that. Like that. Right, we could do something like this, and then we could just take the line right off of that. Because this line feeds this one, right? So we could do something like that. We could also... We could read that copper bulb, but the copper bulb would act like a T flip-flop, and I'm wondering if T flip-flop's a good application here. But it's right there if we decide we need it. I don't think we do. I could just read this observer. This observer isn't moving. So I could just make an observer line right. Well, no, it has to be one down below, right? Yeah, because, all right. No, not a problem. Not a problem. Really, hands, really. All right, gonna need that. Let's get those two out of there. All right. Let me see. I mean, I could just extend that rail over by one more, right? Like this, we'll see. Come on, hands, please, please. We'll see that like that. This we'll see that one. This will see that one. And that will see that. Okay, so maybe something like this will work. It's a little clunky, but it's not too bad. Could be worse. And let's just check top side. Yeah. Okay, that will activate this piston. That will see the update. It should either extend that and keep it there, or at the very least, drop it off. This will hit this and power this block. It will power this one first, that one second, that one third. Then it will come over here, power this one first, that one second, and that one third. We should get that. All right, let's try it out. Okay. All right, we might need the T flip-flop because this extended this out but then pulled it back. Is that a problem though? Well, it would be if the player had like multiple attempts, right? This really needs to extend it outward. So we do need the T flip-flop. But luckily, we have one right here. Please, please, hands, please. Thank you. All right, so let's take that off. Actually, it has to come over here. Oh, this might be a little difficult. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, this should do it. Nope, needs to read the copper bulb. I could use a redstone blob there, but you know, target blocks, they're cool. I'm thinking something like that. Oh, it left this in place. That's not good. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. This will update. That should just pop that up and down. But I'm thinking usually an observer does that. Pop up and pop down. Pop up and pop down. I don't know. Well, let's try it out. Let's just try it out and see what happens. Again, you can learn so much redstone by just watching what happens. Again, it extended and retracted. So what's happening? We may need the T flip-flop in the top part. So I needed to either drop the block off and pick it up. That's what I'm trying to do. But that's good. We got the block to return, so that part works. I'm just thinking we're going to need, or we're going to, at the very least, need a repeater right there. But see, we have all this going all the way back here. On this side, we don't have any of that. So that's not a good thing. On this side, we really only have this one spot. So if we were going to mirror this, we really only have that one spot right there to work with. So all this stuff I'm doing over here is not cool because it's not going to be able to be extended over to here. I could change the maze shape, but I don't want to. So I'm going to need something that's going to come straight up through here. You know, and redstone block would be the best. It really would. But I've got an idea. Let's try this. It does this, but it doesn't branch across there. But maybe I can do something about that. Yeah, that needs to stay there. Come on, Bubba, think. I can't push under it, right? Maybe an observer pulse, but an observer pulse won't keep it open. I would need a clock to keep it open, and I'm trying to avoid that. I really need to move that redstone block, and I need to move the redstone block up and down, and that's what sucks. Redstone blocks in pistons don't like to work that way. And here I really don't have the room for that. If I do everything on this side of it, though, I probably would. So maybe this side is the option, right? Maybe that's where I should be working. That gives me a little bit more room. Let's try that. All right. Good. Okay, yeah, maybe I should be pulling it off of here. Because I have a little bit more room with which to work, in which to work. Okay. Let me see. Everything looks normal there. So I'm thinking. I think it's something like that. Then this gets pushed forward like this. Right? And then it gets retracted like that, and we're good. Right? So we just need something to come off of this now. And that shouldn't be a problem. It looks like we have some rails down below us there. So we do have that as a power source. We do have to pull something from here, though, not from there. This is the return, though. That's a send, and that's a return. I wonder. So let me test something. Allow me okay, that drops it off. And then it pulls it back. All right, let's try something like this. That would be really close, so you'd be able to see that. So we need to do this kind of trick again. And that, and that. Dropping it off. Like that, should see it. So what I'm thinking here is cleaning up my mess. Now, what I'm thinking here is if I did something like I don't think it'll travel through that though, but will it see this rail? I don't think so. But will power travel up through there? Let's make a little simulation, right? Like that. We'll do a little something like that. We will then do a little something like that. And then we need to see this thing flash, right? So if I do like something like this, and then I do, yeah, okay, it'll flash right past that. Okay, so that will show, I know that will show. And then what I'm thinking is, and it depends on where we want the observer buses, right? I mean, did it work? Let me think. This would go up here. Target blocks would have to be down there. How do I want to go about this? Oops. Okay, they're at different heights now, all right? Oh, wait. Oh, well, there's the return line, right? So there's the send line, we'll activate it once. The return line will activate it twice. We could just pull these right off of this. Like we could send one bus. We could send one line right there, one trace there, and we could send another one. That's pretty janky, but all right, let's go topside and see what the setting is. Okay, it's still extended. That's still in place. Let's move that back to there. All right, now let's try it out. Bats, really? Okay, that looks like it's in place. Now we just gotta wait to see if it closes. And it does. Great. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. Let's button up, as the surgeons say. We will put one of these right. Oh, uh-oh. That didn't retract. Okay, this is a problem. Almost. We were so close. Drops it off, and then pulls it back down. That's the way it's supposed to work. Why didn't it work like that? Maybe the original order was wrong. Okay, let's try this. I'll leave this open right now. Let's make sure we're reset. Like, I'm thinking maybe this was already in the up position. Let's make sure we're okay. Everything looks like it's in place. That's closed. Good. Everything looks like it's in place. Great. Let's try it out. How am I doing for time? Wow. 11 minutes. All right, that looks good. Now it should close. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that retracts. Like, yay, we got it. We're good. Nice. Now we just have to mirror this to the other side. Mirror this to the other side, and then we're good to go. I gotta say, I like this. That's pretty cool, actually. Even though it's a bit clunky redstone-wise, I like it. I like it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Those are just lighting effects. I think we're good. And here, let's just open this back up again so we can duplicate this stuff. All right, so we have the piston down there. All right, good. Now we've got an observer line right there. Observer line should be here, here, and here, like that. Good. All right. Now down here we do the same thing. Put that there. We put this here and then this observing this, that observing that. All right, let's bring this one up first. Good. think that should do it. Now, in the event that it doesn't, I'm going to leave this open. Let's try it out. By the way, let's just marvel at this. I hate redstone. Oh, you must embrace the redstone. Well, I mean, it's not a must situation. That's not a command loan. I'm just saying. Right? This is good. This is good. I'm going to open that up just so it's easier to see how it works. Okay, good. Good. I think we're all set. Let's try it out. Take a test spin, shall we? I like that. Everything's looking good. There it is. Just like you must set your status on Buffooncraft. Yes. Status police himself right there. Hey, this works, you guys. You guys, viewers, chat. This works. I think we're finished with this, finally. This took a long time to develop. This was so hard to do. It was so hard to do. Let's do something like this. This did take a long time to design, and it was difficult to do, but it was also fun. I really enjoyed this. Look at all that beautiful redstone. Let's do that. And let's take a whole swig here. And let's do this. And this. Huh? Oh my god. No, let me out. I can vaguely see something here. I'm going to come down here and then... oh, okay, I guess I go this way, right? Oh, okay. Oh, Arnie. It's so creepy. What is this? Suspicious stews. Okay, so we need a dispenser here, right? And we need to do that. Come on out through here. Sauce! Totally. Right here, going through our maze. This way. Okay, over here. Over here like this, huh? Now, we'll adjust the clock on this now, right? And so it doesn't stay open, because one of the things I'm thinking is I don't want the player to be able to jump back down in the hole, right? So, of course, if that hole's full of bloodthirsty baby zombies, you know, there would be probably less inclination to do something like that, but human nature, you just don't know, right? So, I would like to call this one finished. There are two adjustments that have to be made. One is the clock, and the other is a dispenser for suspicious stew. But, yeah. Let's go put this on the leaderboard, shall we? I like this. So I'll do those two things off camera, and then the next Baby Zombie Rush stream, I'll just review that quickly and show those two features. But I really feel like let's call this Secret Tunnel. I like it. Okay. Maybe like that for our screenshot. That was a very satisfying stream, everyone. I really enjoyed that. All right, let's log off here. Let's get over to the cam scene. Disconnect. There we go. We're out. Let's see if there's anyone to whom we can raid. Why should I care? Why should I care? Lone. Why should you care about what? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. There are other video redeems too, you know. Well, it looks like none of our friends are on. Really, on a Wednesday afternoon at this time. I thought for sure at least Cheska would be. Why should I care? Why should I care? Stop it. All right, let's just do our outro and we'll call it. I'm actually in pretty bad shape from the yard work, so I'm in a lot of pain right now. So, all right. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. That was a fun stream. I really enjoyed that. I like making progress, and I think we made a lot of progress. We pretty much wrapped up that feature, and that was a difficult feature to design, let me tell you. It's one of those things where, you know, you're talking about it and you say, oh, okay, yeah, you know, trapdoor opens, they run through a tunnel, wind charges, they get, you know, propelled back up into the maze, and off they go. And it sounds like it should be an easy thing to do, right? Yeah, it's not. It's not at all. That was probably one of the hardest features to design for this game so far. So far. All right. Just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday, typically from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream, it may be our last stream before the Taiwan trip, will be Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that will be Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. We have made some progress on the event, and there's a couple of support farms and stuff I need to make before I can proceed now with the outer layers and features of our giant in the sea. And so I'm working on those right now. I may have some of those finished up by Friday, but we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of things going on here at the house, so we'll see. And then maybe Sunday, but that is very close to our departure time. We'll do a Kachi time stream. Maybe, we'll see. All right. Okay, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your morning, your evening, wherever you happen to be. Join us again next time. Bye for now, everyone.